Hello and welcome. Yig here. Today we are looking at Legends of Dragaea demo. This is Legends of Dragaea Idle Dungeons. That last part's important because it is an idle game. This is it's an idle. You're basically a dungeon like party management sim. Which, if you know me, I happen to like those types of games. So we're gonna check this out. I played for about 5-10 minutes and got a few places, and it's pretty interesting. It is a very idle game though, so some people may or may not like that. So I'll have a link to the Steam page in the description if you want to get this for yourself, and if you want to help Sean grow, subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff that YouTube wants. All right, jumping in. Okay. Welcome to Legends of Dragaea Idle Dungeons. In this idle dungeon crawler, you'll set up a team of up to 3. You'll set up a team of 3 to dive into dungeons for sweet loot and glory. First, we'll create your main character. You can choose a race and customize their face and color to your liking. This character will represent you as the guild leader and become one of many dungeon adventurers in your guild. Each race has their own favorite skills and XP rates, but don't let that stop you from creating a character you want. If you wish to be a Vulcan samurai wizard, you can. After you set up your character to your liking, you'll make your guild emblem and pick out a name. Okay, yeah, see, I did all that earlier. And then you can head to the tavern to recruit our party. Okay, so I am gonna actually make a recommendation here. These two are dramatically harder. I don't know if it's barrier doesn't take as much damage, but it seemed like when in the last one I did, that this character with the Kitkin, the Foxfire one, seemed to have take a lot of more damage than everybody else. So I do say that's this life and barrier is pretty good. This life and barrier is pretty good. This one, it has a lot more barrier, but it's rough. And these two guys are pretty tanky, and that's why I say that, because these guys only had about 20 some life. So we're gonna jump in here. We're gonna go with the regular guy. If there was wait, cat-like claws. Okay, no. I was hoping I could use my cat-like claws to pick locks, because if I could, I would take that character. All right, jumping in here, we'll just go ahead and do that with the regular guy. Skills, if you're let's rename him. There we go. And then he's average at everything, so he's actually a really good one to start with, and he has pretty decent skills at everything. And he has the same armor masteries for everything, which means this character can actually, the plain old guy, the Waken can actually do quite a bit. So we'll just jump in that way. Start adventurer. Okay, let's go with. All right, zip. I actually know what I'm doing here because I did it earlier. With that one, yeah. No, it was that one. That one. Okay, then we got that. We went to that. The one I did earlier, I actually really like the flag of, so. And then our background was a fairly medium green. And then my final was a blue. There's our banner. We could be the Void Guards. I'm fine with it. Oh, here we go. Nobodies. We are the nobodies. All right. So there's our guild emblem, and we are good to go. All right. Start our adventure. Okay, so we need to small village. Welcome to Elderton, a small village with not much in it, but because of it, it's a perfect place to set up your guild. Let's build the guild house first, and click on an empty plot, the first empty plot, and click Build Guild House button on the right of the screen. Think right there. Already done for us, even. Next, we need a storehouse to house the countless loot dropped from dungeons, like the guild house. Click an empty plot to the right of it and hit the Build Storehouse button. And I believe that is this one or this one. That one. There we go. Build Storehouse. We spent all our monies. With this storehouse, we'll have more than enough room for that sweet loot. Next, click the tavern, and we can hire some adventurers. So let's hire some adventurers. Welcome to the tavern. This is where you hire adventurers from around the world to congregate to form parties with the promise of loot. Click on the adventurer to view their stats and decide if you'd like to hire them. Hiring is optional, and you may forego parties altogether and dungeon dive on your own if you choose. Head over to the roster and menu in the guild house after this to set up your party. All right, what do we got? Because this is where you get a lot of your random stuff right here. So, you seem like you might be. Let's see what you are. You're Perkin, so that's a pretty good thing. And then the heightened awareness and the cat's claws. And we have a decent. Okay, so we might take that. So we got here, we've got the Foxfire one. Again, this one tends to have really low life, which is well, on the painful side sometimes. Now this guy, he's beefy. The Wolkin, they have lots of life. All right, so, and... Oh, and he actually has a passive to take less damage. What do you got up here? Another Foxfire one? I think we will. So here's what I think we're going to do. I think we're going to hire you, and I think we're going to hire you, and we'll come back to those two. They were not as spectacular. All right, so now we have our roster. Hold on, back here. Let's get this. Yep, this is where you set up and choose your parties. That's cool. We'll go to that. Press that, load. Now we got a good party here. So let's go to our first expedition. Quests. Oh yeah, let's take all these quests. I read these earlier. You'll want to read them yourself if you play this. So we're going to take all the quests because nobody deserves quests but us. Yeah. All right, jumping over. You have a market, another thing there. Now this is where your boss party thing is. So when you come in here, now this is the cool part. One of the things I liked about this game, but also I understand the end there. Before entering dungeon for the sweet loot, you will have to select your desired party, three desired parties for boss dungeons. Ooh, we need more for boss dungeons. Oh, I need to make sure I beef up because earlier I was like, I just run these 3 forever. You can also view the item drops, monsters, and dungeon upgrades from the level, and happy exploring. Okay, cool. So we can actually see our dungeon upgrades. Oh, okay. Neat. Oh, I'm gonna have to mess around with that. We got good droppables here, and then here's our monsters, and we can actually see everything that we know on it. So once you hit enter, it goes into a first-person thing, and you have your skills and everything, and it does encounters, and it's an auto battler at that point. So at this point, it kind of becomes more of an idle game. Now we do have some pretty low stats right now, but that's okay because we're just starting. One thing I do say is when you get your dungeon to level 5, like, do this as soon as possible to get this because it makes you move so much faster. And just double speed, triple speed doesn't add up as much. Oh, I just got some casting skill for something. Don't know what it was, but we got some. Hey, we got something. And this is the floor that you're on. When this bar fills, you go to the next floor. So there's a couple things you do in here, but that's really it. So at this part, it becomes an idle. And that was what I was saying, is it may become too idle for some people, because some people like to have a little bit more interaction. Generally, I do myself, but I do have a thing for, fantasy party management sims. Like, plenty of games that I've showed off have been those style games. We really only have, like, one tanky guy. And I'm not sure if their position affects anything. If it does, then that means your main character is probably the one you want to be your tank most of the time, I would imagine. I mean, I'm sure you can reorganize everybody, but I do like the stats below that they are going up. So there's, if you're paying attention and you're not like off doing something else, like a lot of times when you're playing these style games, a lot of times you're doing them while you're doing other stuff. So if you are paying attention, there's some cool stuff that we had in the first-person automated dungeon clearing here. And that was kind of how I was running it earlier. So I guess I would actually say I probably had more of around a half an hour time, but only about like maybe 5 or 6 minutes of it was really like hands-on time. And honestly, the only reason I ended up having like about a third of the time being hands-on was because I had the one character who was just dying constantly. She just get knocked over by everything. So that didn't work very well. But the game itself is kind of interesting, like I said. I do like the little like simulated dungeon perspective. I definitely think you're gonna end up wanting this though, because otherwise, after a while, it would get a little. It would take its time. I do like that we can't equip it, but we can actually see our equipment while we're in here. It does pause it, which is kind of a bit of a bummer. So you can't like sort through your equipment while they're doing stuff. But that's okay. This is our first run in. But yeah, there's some pretty cool stuff. I had just gotten to the point where I unlocked the double speed, and it made a huge decision. I gotta figure out where to get the tools for that. I was hoping one of the classes had it, but they did not. That's why I was reading through. I do apologize for not explaining that. But yeah, okay, we're going downstairs. Okay, let's go downstairs and see if we can make it past like one or two guys. Oh, that's good though. We get a that I think that's a rank 2 helmet. Because I was looking earlier and I had some rank 1 stuff. Now your level persists. Yeah, right here. Like when I would get to these guys, if I got ambushed down here, because sometimes you'll get ambushed, sometimes you'll ambush them. But if I get ambushed on the 2nd floor with the character I was trying to for that first real quick 10 minutes on, I would just get annihilated. Like 2 members of my party would just die. So I'm hoping that I can avoid that now that I have a character who should be slightly sturdier. I had plenty of barriers, don't get me wrong. Like I said, like I had so much barrier, but yeah, so we have advantage now, so we get to hit first. But sometimes when they ambush us, I did have a decent amount of barrier. But like I said, for some reason it felt like the barrier would just get stripped off like almost instantly. And then the rest of it I would just be kind of waiting on. So it was one of those where I was like, man, I think this is helping us here. Yeah, so this is helping us avoid ambushes. So this is actually a really good one. So maybe one of those in your party or as your main character would be real good. Because if you don't get ambushed, you can make a lot more distance. Like I was constantly getting ambushed with that last party, and we would have somebody like this who just gets murdered. I want to see something for this one. I want to do one more fight before we go back, even though this person's dead, because I'm pretty sure, and the reason that okay, yeah, that's kind of what I thought. Okay, you know what? We can stay, see what happens if we get a full death. I haven't done that yet. So far, missing is good. Okay, we're both kind of sort of approaching dead. We were, but we'll get some hit points back before we get this next one. Maybe if we can get the next one, we can... Oh, what's that? Oh, plants. We have leaves. All right, do we want to continue or do we want to get out of here? He's still gaining life back occasionally? No. Okay, so that... Oh, no, he does. It just takes a long time. Okay, an ambush! Yeah, see, this is what would happen to me, and I would, like, just get eliminated. Yeah, because those ambushes hit hard. Okay, we're going to evacuate, though, because I like to have everybody getting experience roughly equal. So we'll head over to town real quick. And then for this is the part that you're going to be doing. We have quests. View accepted. We did kill 10 hedgehogs, so we can grab that. And then what we have here is equipment. All right, so heavy armor, +1 maximum barrier. Okay, I'm going to go with him because because I remember from the last thing, he's a heavy armor guy. So we're going to have him. He's going to get an extra barrier out of it, which is going to be nice. And he's going to get about the same stats, but that's still not too shabby. Okay. An iron club is very much better for him. And he likes clubs, so let's do that. So we didn't get much for anybody else. What do we got here? Medium armor. Let's see what you wear. What you wear is... You wear medium. So, hey, this is actually good. I've got a good spread here because I think I wear medium. I wear any kind of armor. But with the other two having, like, specific levels of armor, that actually helps out quite a bit. Okay, let's go ahead and put these boots on. And that's a pretty good upgrade. This club is technically better than your katana. What are you good at? You are good at katanas, so probably want to keep the katana on for now. All right, let's go back to town. How much money do we have? We don't quite have enough money to open the shop. That's the one thing I had done right before I stopped. So let's go ahead to our dungeon. We've got some upgrades. We should be okay. At least we'll be able to run this the first floor a couple times more. So, it did. I'm pretty sure you go up levels here too. I'm pretty sure there was something. That... Oh man, yeah. See, the ambushes can sometimes that's what we're hoping. I'm hoping this guy's going to be a little more sturdy, and that will help out. I would love to see a little more hit points on both of those characters. But we do a lot more damage, so it may work out. Maybe a little bit of glass cannony right in the beginning isn't a bad thing. I imagine as the levels go on, we'll get sort of a harder and harder. Glass cannon will be more and more difficult. But look at, hey, we're almost level 5. All right. We got 40 so far. Yeah, this is great. Having this and not running into these things and being able to duck out of a lot of escapes. Oh, hey, those will be a nice pair of boots for somebody. I do like the fact that you could use any armor with this character, because having one for medium and one for heavy is pretty good. We get a lot of medium armor. Like a lot of medium armor. I think I would say fully half my loot was medium armor in the last one. That may also be just dependent on this dungeon. We haven't really played enough to know that. But I do, like I said, I like the aspect of these types of games. So just make a whole party of these guys so they can just never get ambushed. It's the ultimate strat for living. No, we got ambushed. Okay, good. They missed. Okay, hit them back and hit them harder. There you go. Optimally, I want to figure out how to hopefully get a treasure chest, and the other being if we can get some more equipment from level 2. If we can get more equipment from level 2, then I think we're pretty okay. Oh, that was really good for my mage, but we don't have a mage right now. We'll have one though. We'll definitely hire a second party. Probably be a little bit before we do so, but yeah, our party's healed. This is gonna be full by the time we get there, so we won't be ambushed here, which is very nice. We're getting there slowly. Floor 3's, I imagine, gonna be, hey, look at us go. Sometimes it seems to give us advantage too, like 25% chance. Yes, so that does do that. Okay, that is cool. That is definitely helping us go. All right. Which one do you think gets first? It's locked, so I'm gonna guess we're gonna hit the end of the floor before we hit the end of our room, before we get level 5. But I can say this: there's definitely, with not having your main character dying not main character, but the technically main character. It's not really your main character, but it's your avatar. Having your avatar just dying every other fight was not optimal. It was kind of funny, but it wasn't optimal. And I had 2 tanky guys too. I had the shell one that does like a full tanky, and the sheep guy who was like just poofy also tanky. And I was just like, this character just getting exploded over and over and over and over again. This character, at least we can build into whatever we want. And I know that your skills build up through use. So like this katana is making them get better at katana by using it. Same with clubs and things. So you actually kind of end up reinforcing what your decisions are, which is kind of a cool way to go. All right, there we go. Because I'd like to get him on something else. I don't know, because this is just sword mastery. But he is getting sword mastery for this. Oh, hey, cool. We're faster now. That's what I mean. Like, it's crazy how much faster you... Like, the initial one just takes you and goes, oh, hey, we have been blessed by the shrine. We should hopefully... I'm hoping... My hope is that we'll have enough to get the store so we can start selling our loot. Because the store is like... I think I looked on the last game. I believe it was 1,000. Having advantage all this often has just been crazy good. Uh-oh. As long as everybody lives, we're all good. We are almost to the end of floor 2. That was fairly rapid too. I have really luck with this. Oh, hey, I went up a level. I now have 11 hit points, which is a lot better than before. She's going to need to take a little bit. I think he takes a little bit too. Mostly because I think he gets a little bit of an XP bonus. Some of the other races have a little bit of an XP minus. Okay. As long as nobody dies, we're good. Nobody died. We're still good. This is working. It's working out for us. All right, let's... I think the hedgehog might have damage return too, and I think that might have been what was causing the problem, because I was hitting the hardest, though. Like, I was absolutely crunching things when I would hit them. All right, let's see if we can make it through this. Okay. How far can we go? I'm getting the feeling we're not at the end of our adventure, but get there pretty quick. Hey, everybody went up a level. Cool. Oh man, it'd be great if we could actually make it to all 3 floors in this one run. That would be fantastic. Look at that, we're just cruising on this one. I do actually like the auto battle thing, even though I say like get the fast forward as soon as possible. That's mostly so you can have more dungeons done. But I do actually like the fact that, like, if you played it in the old, you're like, oh wow, yeah, no. Time for us. Oh, did you see? We got a purple. Oh, let's see it. Okay, it is medium armor. Does club, dagger, white magic, and light mastery. But not katana mastery. Okay, let's get him. He can take this. He's gonna take a chunk of his agility off, but yeah, you know, it is what it is. Buckler offhand. Is that better than ours? What does expedition power mean? -3 on that. I wonder what that means. So this is not as good as his shield. It's better than his shield, so we should definitely do that. Oh, and it doesn't have the expedition power down now. Ooh, interesting. This one is medium, but it is for the castery person. Okay, so for now, I guess I'll wear it. Maybe I will be castery. I could. Require staves level 6. I would probably need to find caster things. Okay, this is... Neither of these are better than yours. Okay, you can wear these. These are mediums. You have better than this already. So I think other than this lance, but the lance I don't think we want the lance on that one. We could lance on us though. Oh, we can't because it requires lances at a higher degree of power than we have. Okay, so let's sell all this. I wonder how we manage to tailor a person to do what we want them to do. So, okay, let's go over to the market. We should have enough. There we go. We've built the herd emporium. We can now buy those. I'm gonna try this. We're gonna buy that. All right, and then we're gonna go over here, and I'm gonna see if this will give us any magical attack, because we have an equal amount of light, medium, and armor. So if this gives us a thing, we can always use it. We will sell all the rest of that stuff on the market, even though like I kind of want to keep this one, but we really need the cash. Okay, actually we'll keep that. There we go. Let's get back in our dungeon. 69% chance to win. That's good. That's good. That's better than it was. That's the puzzle of these types of games, is figuring out exactly like what's gonna work with what. Although I did nerf my damage pretty hard. Like that staff is definitely not as good as... Okay, so I'm developing stat skill, not magic skill. So I'll have to figure out how to do magic. I wonder if there's a place where I can learn magic. Then I can be like a cool wizard. In the meantime, that does mean that next time I go back, I should probably equip it with just whatever the best weapon is that I have. Although from the speed at which it's going, we might be fine. We might actually be fine in the sense of like, this may work because it'll give him up in the staves. He's going to use katana, and he's probably going to eternally use clubs. They are going up in stats pretty good. Oh yeah, look at that. We're just cruising through this like first level. First level is like nothing. Still only 6 though, so yeah, we make dramatically less experience there. But I think I don't think this is I think this is a level for this dungeon. Oh yeah, that's right. There were modifiers that I want to check on. We'll check on those before we do anything else. Let's get to the end, and right before we go down, we'll go back, and that way we can get a chance to check out these modifiers. Maybe we have points for one of those at this point. That would be kind of cool. We'll check that out right before there's the last thing we do here. I don't think I'll make all the way on there, but this is a demo, so, you know, I try not to put too much time into demos, just simply because, you know, you want to save it for when the game comes out most of the time. That way you're still super excited for it, and you're like, yeah, and you see all the everything new, and it's not like, sometimes early access goes a little too long. I'll say it that way. Sometimes a one I've got actually been meaning to do a video on, which is the Prince of Persia roguelite, is it came out and it's like it came out like published a week or two ago, but there was some couple of issues with it. Like there was some UI issues that I was having, so it didn't really look great on the video, so I didn't do the video then, but I still need to do that video. I mean, we're having such a good run, it's hard to actually decide to go. Hey, I just went up another level, which means these guys will be going up another level here soon. I wonder if you can just make a character who's just a good all-arounder. I don't think I can't think of any magical abilities that I saw on the other person either. Oh, we heal. Oh, wow. Oh, man. Grants white magic skill experience on use. Ah. Okay. So, if we maybe do some staff mastery there, we can go for something a little beefier. At this point, we're almost all the way down, so I'll worry about those later. I want to see if we can, hopefully, okay, as long as we are lucky, and I think luck is unfortunately going to be required here, but as long as we're lucky, it looks like we might actually be able to make it pretty close. Famous last words is immediately going to get me murdered, but it feels like we're making good progress, so maybe we could actually do it. I would like to either test that or win this, one of the two. But yeah, like the old Ultima games and stuff where it all looked like this. That was kind of a fun thing about those. Like sometimes though sometimes they would get a little samey. I wonder when these two are gonna go up in level. I had like one hedgehog wipe my party out at the other one. It was like, I don't know if he had damage return or what, but man. Oh no, leave her alone. Leave her alone. Okay, they missed. Phew. These two need to hit level 3. I get experience faster. I definitely get experience faster. I seem to get experience, I'm guessing, about 25% faster. Alright. Can we make it? Yes! Yes! Kind of luck right now, but that's okay. Sometimes luck is what it takes. Went up a level. That's good. A little beefier. That'll work. We're getting close. Getting close. Uh-oh. Okay. Oh. I only have 3 shields. Okay. All right. Oh, he almost died. Real close. Okay. Oh, this is it. Hopefully. No, don't say that. We'll just wait. Okay. Is this gonna be a boss fight? Oh, it is a boss fight. Okay. Oh, do we have any chance? That's the question. Okay, I'm dead. Dead. Oh, and dead. Oh, half of my loot has been removed. Okay, so that's actually what happens when you fail. I've generally always exited as soon as the first person dies, so I didn't really know what would happen on that. Okay, so, but we did get to keep our loot, so now you're still not high enough for that. +2 magical defense? I mean, they're basically the same as what I'm wearing. You could also wear them. Nope, you're -4 on that, but you're +3, so let's go ahead and equip that. I really want that, but we can see that that's not happening soon. Okay, let's go. We'll go sell all the rest of the stuff. I still want that. Okay, let's check this out real quick. Go to the caves here, and then there was a thing here. Okay, so we have 8 upgrade points. We can upgrade counter rate. Okay, let's upgrade the 0.5%. Okay, so let's go to there. That's interesting. The experience rate, let's go ahead and increase by 0.5. Okay, let's go ahead and I think we go like this and then like that. And we now have seen all the things that this one will drop, and we've seen everything except for one. All right, now we did have some new 74% chance. It's actually pretty good. All right, I'll keep going at this forever if I don't actually jump out, and then the video will never get uploaded. So it took me a moment to find it, by the way. You're gonna click this guy up here, and then down here is your exit, and then we will save and quit. So this has been Legends of Dragaea, I think. Dragaea. Yeah. Pretty fun, interesting little idle game. Again, if you would like to pick this up for yourself, there'll be a link to the Steam page in the description. I think there was a demo up as of the time of this recording. And if you enjoyed this video, I do hope you come back for the next one. And most of all, as always, have a great day.